Good evening, guys. It's time for the next tile map devlog. I will show you today how I added combat and monsters into the game. However, before we talk about monsters, I first wanted to give us a weapon with which we can fight. At first the sword came to my mind, but I quickly found it too cliché. I then thought that a ranged weapon might be feeling in better, and the bow came to my mind. Sure, that's an obvious idea, but there is definitely a cooler idea. The weapon is hiding somewhere on the screen. Can you help me find it? Can you see it? That's right, it's a slingshot. When you have the slingshot selected, if you hold the left mouse button you can preload the ammo, and when it's ready, when you release the button you can shoot. The slingshot uses ammo from your inventory, so you don't need to manually select it from there. Just make sure you don't run out of ammo in a critical situation.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just...
Talking about ammo, as everyone would guess, the slingshot uses stones as ammo. But we can make it even better. You can switch ammo whenever you want. For now there are two ammo types, the stones I mentioned and ice cubes. You can change the ammo type with a right click when holding the slingshot. Stones and ice cubes differ slightly. They have a different damage and speed, but the biggest one is that an ice cube inflicts a slowness effect for a couple seconds. I think after adding more ammo types and more monsters, the combat will feel much more rich and strategic, when you will be able to choose the right ammo for the right situation. I think it's time to add monsters finally. Unfortunately, I could add only one monster now, which is the skeleton, but in the future I will add more for sure. The more I can say that every biome will have different monsters that can be spawned on it. This time I went with a standard approach. Monsters will spawn at night in dark spots without lights and die in the morning. This gives us a familiar distinction between day and night. One is bright and peaceful, the other is dark and dangerous. At the time when there are only skeletons, they spawn on 4 biomes. The other ones are reserved for new future monsters. The skeletons will be the most basic enemies in the game, so they don't have especially much health and they deal only 1 hard damage with a swing attack. So to avoid them, you just need to keep them and kill them from a distance. However, the advantage comes in a group. When you encounter a lot of them, you might get into a small problem. You know who can also come in strength in a group? You, if you join a Discord server or subscribe. Don't forget about that. So we can kill mobs and monsters, but the player can't die. We definitely need to change that. To add this feature, we need to first think of a way of respawning, because otherwise it would result in a permadeath, which could be a way for some hardcore mode, but not for a usual one. And I did it with a special respawn pedestal. After dying, you drop all items from your inventory and transport to this pedestal. And you can't destroy, move or craft this pedestal yet, but yeah, it will be possible in the future. For now, I need to make sure that you won't die without a respawn pedestal. Okay, you might be thinking that I'm just giving empty promises, that everything will be added in the future, but that's how this works. I'll give you an example. When you want to make a soup, you most likely make a chicken soup first, and then transform it to anything you want, like a tomato soup or an onion soup. And that's exactly what I do. Imagine if you started making a tomato soup from the start, and then realized that an onion soup would be better. It's too late. And that's what I'm doing. I want to create a strong, necessary base for the game, and then add and improve everything later. Well, I hope you liked the video, thank you for watching. In the next devlog, I will work on an underground level and mining. Have a great time, guys, see ya!